Hello, everyone. My name is Mary, and today I have a tarot card reading on the topic how to handle an aggressive amount of change. So, this topic came up because I had been in contact with some people who have been telling me about all the change that's going on in their lives. Like, not just big things happening, but like big things connected to those big things. Like, a lot of stuff happening. I know people, professionally and personally who have been going through change. I have some friends who I feel like I haven't been able to connect to, and I'm wondering, are they going through this massive amount of change in their lives too? At some point, whether if you're going through change now or later, you may need this reading. So I decided to connect to my angels, to my angel team, and sort of channel a message for the human collective on how to handle an aggressive amount of change. So let's get started. I have my deck right here. I have shuffled it. I put a couple of shells on the deck to keep the energy, to hold the energy, because the ocean is change. It's constant change. It's never this. Every bit of it is always changing. The currents are moving. The ocean floor changes. The ecosystem is always going through cycles. The waves on the surface, it's always changing. So these shells and the beings that learn to live in that ecosystem are used to this. They handle it. And so we're going to keep these little guys right there. I haven't cut the deck yet, so let's cut it together, okay? So all of you cut the deck with me on 3, 2, 1, okay? 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's do this. All right. Oh my gosh. What a perfect card to have for the first card. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is all about change. It's all about the ups and downs. It's all about the fact that there are cycles, and that you have to cycle through. You have to cycle through all these parts of your life. You must journey up to the heavens and then back down to the depths, and then back up again. You have to continue this cycle and this journey because you are changing. Just like these shells that we found washed up on the beach. They're different now than they were before. The ocean has changed them, and the ocean will change them further into the sands that populate the shores of the world. So that's like you. You are becoming different through this change. This change is for you. It's happening through you and for a higher purpose. Because the Wheel of Fortune always reminds us that there is strength and power in the ups and downs of life. That there is a divine meaning. On the wheel, you see, this is the Rider-Waite-Smith, and I'm using, just so you know, if you're interested, this deck, Pam's old deck that you can get from makeplayingcards.com. So this is this is the Rider-Waite-Smith, basically, just a different sort of coloration of it. And so in between the letters on the wheel, so it says tarot and also says Torah, you've got the letters for the name of God. So it's a reminder that everything that's happening isn't just some sort of accident. The universe is not an accident. It didn't happen because eventually these divine, beautiful creatures called humans just happened across just accidentally popped up. No. This is on purpose. You're here on purpose. Your life and this whole universe is here on purpose. And the being behind it all is supreme intelligence, supreme love, and the cycles that need to happen for the good of the collective are happening for your good. They're happening to help you out. So that, I think, is the perfect starting point for how to handle an aggressive amount of change, is to know that it's for you, and to not call it an accident. Even if you think you made an accident, or you're like, oh, I did something terrible, that was a huge mistake, because look what happened. Because I'm totally in that. I made a mistake, or I thought I made a mistake some time ago, and it took my life in a very different direction. I thought it was going to be a positive thing. It's turned out to be a very difficult thing, but I think that it's for my highest good. I'm absolutely convinced of that now. No matter how hard it is, it's going to be for my highest good. All right, so challenge card is the High Priestess. Yes! So the High Priestess is knowledge. She holds that scroll. And feminine, this is the feminine counterpart for the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is the outward, and the High Priestess is the inward expression of divinity, and how to find that, how to seek it. High Priestess draws you straight into her heart, straight into that intuitive center where you can download secrets and divine knowledge. Where duality just doesn't matter anymore, because you've gone beyond it. You're within. You're in that place of supreme knowing. One of the angels that's showing up right now is Raziel, who's an angel of secrets and knowledge. And Raziel sort of brings enlightenment to the argument of duality, and makes all things make sense. So the High Priestess is knowledge, and so the key here is that High Priestess is showing up as our challenge card. So your challenge during these aggressive times of change, these times of aggressive change, is that you don't have, the challenge is that you don't have all the secrets and all the knowledge and all the, like, for example, when I was going through a lot of the more difficult times of my epilepsy, I didn't know what the lessons were at the time. And I was not even thinking about lessons and how to weather through it, or, and learn the lessons. And what is my lesson here? I was just, like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to learn. I just want to be out of this. But it happened to me, and I got through it. And it's only after the fact that you can look back and go, oh, okay, so that's why that happened. And that's why that's what I learned there. And that's what I learned here. So in your time of tremendous change, just know that you don't have the answers, okay? Okay, folks, you don't have the answers right now, but you do know that everything is happening for your highest good, and eventually you will be able to tap in to the higher lessons. It will come, because these lessons come from one place. This divine knowledge comes from one place. That place is God, and that God is within you. You're made of the source and substance of God. This is, you have to just accept that even though you don't think you know the answers, they are within you. They definitely are. And so the challenge is, how do you proceed in a spiritual path, in a path that is like taking you, like, I forget the name of the snake, but it's some sort of, I think, Greek entity. Or not Greek, Egyptian entity, Egyptian god or something, but it's slithering its way down into the underworld, and Anubis is taking you back up into the place of resurrection. I think that's Anubis. If you know better than I do, please leave a comment. But the idea here is that it's as you're on this wheel of destiny. Going through this massive amount of change, this wheel of fortune is taking you through this huge amount of change. You just have to be comfortable with the idea that you don't have the answers the High Priestess is going to be offering you, possibly later down the road, after you've gone through these changes, after you've had a chance to learn your lessons and process everything. You just have to be comfortable with the fact that you don't know that. You don't know what the answers are. And maybe the High Priestess is telling you, for a moment, just stop and stop. Stop what you're doing and channel the High Priestess and try to get that beautiful answer of what's happening. What does this mean? If something comes, pray on it, meditate it. If nothing comes, just know that there is an answer, and maybe you just didn't, you weren't meant to receive it right now. The Magician. Wow. So far, so far we've got, oh my goodness, there we go. Major Arcana energy. Lots of powerful destiny. Okay, all three of these cards are telling me this is your destiny. If you're going through an aggressive amount of change, it's your destiny. It totally is. There's no other word to say it. So the Magician draws together all the powers, all the pieces of the world, of his world or her world. And on the table you see the Pentacles, which is physical world, the Cups, which is emotional world, the Sword, which is your mental world, and the Wands, which is your spiritual world. Using these gifts, he manages to unite them with his soul's passion and create things and bring things about. He's connected to heaven and to earth. And so this is sort of a parallel here of the Wheel of Fortune, because you've got, heaven and earth. And here we have heaven and earth, this idea of the cycling through. And so you're meant to learn. So what's driving you in this massive amount of change you're going through is the idea that you're meant to learn how to manifest and how to work with it. This aggressive amount of change is sharpening your senses. It's sharpening your soul's abilities. It's helping you see clearly the tools that you have at your disposal. It's helping you to fire up your passion. The roses here, the red roses, symbolize passion. And so you need to have passion. You need all the things that the Magician has. You need all four of the suits, the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. And you need to be connected to heaven and earth. And you need a passion to bring about this stuff. And perhaps this massive amount of change you're going through is it might feel at times like it's killing your passion. You're like, I just can't handle this. What do I do? This is too much. It's sort of kindling inside you these things that are like, I want my life to be, I want to feel more powerful here. I want to feel like I have the ability to help my friends and family and my community and myself through this massive amount of change. So in a way, it's kindling this passion, and it's helping you to know your skills. So as you go through this, as all these things are coming at you, just know that you're being revealed, you're being exposed to things. It's like if you go to your favorite bakery and you get your favorite, scone every day. And the owner, and you get to know the owner, and you get to see, you get to want to know a little bit more about the background. And so the owner takes you into the back and shows you the bakery and shows you how it's done and how the magic is done. And it's like, wow, you see more of something you already know you want. The Magician here, that's what's driving this, because you want the power to manifest and change your life. God has already given you the ability to call that down. In the Bible, it's there. Asking you shall receive. God is generous, so generous, so generous, and you have the power in harmony with God to create your life. And right now, this change is showing you things you didn't realize. You were just coasting along, enjoying your life, and then all this stuff suddenly happens, and now you've seen what you can do, more that you can do, or you've seen more about how it works. The tools are being revealed to you. You're gaining experience. You're gaining knowledge. The High Priestess. It might not be exactly at the pace you want. You might be resisting the knowledge that is coming to you. But that is your challenge. Your challenge and your goal is to increase and expand yourself. That's what this is doing. But let's get some more stuff here. All right, so we've got the Five of Swords in the past position. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that perhaps what led you to this place, so this plane here, these three cards represent a timeline. So where you were previously in this journey of all this change was a place of, I got this, I've won, I've been through battles like this before. I'm, I'm good, It's like, the athlete who is up against an opponent who's much better than the athlete is, and they think that they're the top of the, king of the world, queen of the world, and this opponent comes along and they're like, oh, I guess I'm not. It sort of shows you that the lessons you learned then in the past were just enough to get you to this point, and now there's something more to do. So what I'm getting here is that you may have whatever you gained in the past is definitely useful to you, but that wasn't the end of your journey. The lessons and the battles you went through, all these hard-earned things are valuable. They've gotten you to this point, and now is the moment. And it's time to draw upon your intelligence and your divine knowing and your strength and your heart now. And try to, acknowledge that the past has given you all this stuff, but in order to weather through this change, you really have to get present in the now. You have to draw upon anything that's coming to you in the now, what you are feeling in the now, what your mind, how to use your mind to the best of its ability in the now. You can't draw upon the same lessons that you learned in the past. They got you to this point. Now it's time to take another step up. So basically that's what I'm getting. I'm getting almost a warning energy from this card. It's like, the past may have given you, your past battles that you have either won or lost have given you a whole lot of experience. But right now is the moment of transcendence, not then. So let's move on. Justice. Beautiful. Wow. My heart is just like filled with this crazy amount of energy, because we've got so the energies that are coming at you from these two directions are both major arcana energies, and you're in a major arcana. Okay, so folks, you are going through something big, and this is a soul journey moment. This is a soul journey moment. This is not the little stepping stones along the way. This is the major fork in the road. This is the final moment. It's like if you're playing a video game and you're almost to the next level, and you get enough points to get you to the next level, that final point that gets you over the line to the next level. That's this moment right here. So keep going is part of the message. But here we have justice, and justice is telling me that you right now, and whoever is listening to this, so myself, when I'm in these situations, I'm definitely in this now, there's an energy of fairness that is sort of tripping you up. All right, so you might be feeling right now, this isn't fair, and you're getting all fired up. All right, you're just like, I'm mad. This isn't fair. I know I didn't get my due, and go after justice. You're totally going after it, not only for yourself, but maybe for some other people, maybe for the collective. You're going after justice. So justice has here a couple of messages, I think. And the first message is, do take a step forward in this for yourself, to defend yourself as far as justice and getting what you deserve, and handling all this by not laying down. Don't just lay down and take the punches. If you are feeling divinely called to stand up for yourself, okay? If you're feeling divinely called to rise up and say, this, this is where these are my boundaries. This is where I draw the line. I need to stand up for myself. I need to speak up. I need to act, maybe, and bring about justice, maybe for myself or someone else. If you're being called to do that, do that. But there also comes a moment where you need to stay in that soul energy. This is not a cups card. And cups is the suit of emotions. This is not your heart, bleeding with pain over what has happened to you or someone else. This is a soul card. This is major arcana energy here. And so you're not meant to fly off the handle with your ego or with your emotions, or be very aggressive in your physical space, or get all fired up about something. This is a soul moment, a soul journey moment where you need to stand and say, where do I need to go? So that's more of an inward thing. So the Justice card is asking you, and I'm sort of noticing how she has one foot sort of peeking out, sort of ready to maybe step forward, but the other foot is not peeking out. And so there's this energy of like, part of you has to be ready to take action for justice for yourself and for others, but a part of you has to be ready to not take action, to resist taking action when that is what you need to do. Your soul will guide you. And also Justice is saying, I know you want justice for yourself and for your family or for your loved ones, but just know that the world is made of balance. It's made of that. It can't not balance out. That is the substance of the universe, is this divine balance. Her scales are telling you sword of truth, and the scales, justice will be had by that soul, whoever has wronged you, or whatever energy you feeling like you're up against right now. Justice will happen. So have courage and take action when you need to, but know that that's not always necessary. Okay? Really get into a soul space with this Justice card and cool off those intense emotions and really get to that place of what is right, of a knowingness. So on her crown, she's got this blue square right over where her third eye would be. And so that's basically telling me that you need to tune in. I hope that's focusing. You need to tune into your intuition. Use your knowing as a firm foundation of what to do next. Okay, so the next one is the Six of Swords. So that's the Six of Swords. And so this is our future. This is the timeline. So you were in a place where you won a battle, and maybe you were like, okay, I got this. Or maybe you lost a battle and you're like, I'll never let that happen again. And now you're in a place of intense change. This is a soul moment. This is a soul journey moment. You have to know that though your past got you there, you have to be in this moment now, like I said. But your alternate moment is moving beyond. Okay? It's like you're not meant to dwell in this thing that's happening to you now. It will pass. Allow that. Whatever this looks like. This guy is taking his passengers from choppy water to smooth water. He's taking them to this more abundant, fertile place. And these people they're safe. They maybe have been through a thing or two, but they've got everything they need. They've learned their lessons and they're ready to move on. So allow that to happen. This needs to happen. Yes, you're going through a major soul moment, but allow yourself to be moved through it. Allow yourself to feel all the feelings, to take the actions you need to take, to learn the lessons. Allow it all to pass through. Don't resist the change that's happening. You may not understand currently how this is going to come about. Everything's going to, come out all right. You may not understand the purpose of it. Like maybe something bad is happening to you and you've lived your life absolutely in pristine purity. Maybe you're some sort of monk or nun or some sort of like religious, person, spiritual person, very pure. Always listening to the voice of God, and maybe all this aggressive terrible change is happening to you and you don't understand why. It's happening, and you're getting all fired up like, oh, this shouldn't happen, that why me sort of thing. Just know that there is a reason, and it will pass. Everything will pass, and you will learn your lessons, and it's going to be fine. Calm down. It's going to be all right. Page of Cups. Oh, yes. All right. So this now, these 4 cards I see so this portion of the Celtic Cross, the 4 cards I'm about to do, starting with this one, has to do with more inner, like your psyche and your inner landscape. So these are the energies coming at you, like on your timeline, the energies that are influencing you from the subconscious and the conscious, this unseen and the seen. But now this we're talking about your internal landscape and revealing some stuff about that. Okay, so as you're going through this change, this aggressive amount of change, the Page of Cups is telling you you're going to have some emotions, and you can't be afraid of them. The Page is a novice. The Page is standing there on the shore. Behind the Page are gently rolling waves, and that water symbolizes the subconscious, or your emotions, or your intuitive, your psyche. And he's holding a cup, and a fish is popping out of it. So he's just now starting, to interact with his emotional landscape, with his emotions in a new way. And he's ready, and he's excited, and he's ready to take whatever's coming at him. He's enthusiastic, but he's also untested. So how we see ourselves now as we go through this change is encountering emotions that we may not have had before. Maybe all this aggressive amount of change is bringing out some emotions in you that you never really realized, were inside you. Maybe you're getting fired up in some way, or maybe maybe this is revealing past traumas that you haven't seen before, and you're not really sure. Like the Page is very new at this. Maybe you're not sure how to handle those revelations, these past traumas, or this soul stuff, or this egoic stuff. Maybe a lot of stuff is coming up in your mind and your heart, and you're not really sure how to handle that. So this is a validation that yes, there's going to be some emotions that arise at this time that you're not used to. Know that you have help. Give yourself a break. Do your best, and know that, and then reflect on, even though you may have had a breakdown, or it's very hard for you, or you had to take a break from all of this, just know that you are doing your best. You are. You really are. If you are in this, and you're moving forward through it, you're doing your best. And you're going to come up with these emotions are going to pop up that'll take you off balance, but just know that you're doing your best, and this is what you have to come to expect from situations like this. Just expect that, know that that's going to happen, and keep going. All right. So the angels certainly have a message here. I can totally feel it. This is the 6 of Wands. So the 6 of Wands is telling me this card represents more of the, I think usually I interpret this card as what you need more of. So I interpret this card, this position, generally as, if you're making a recipe and you're missing something, and you look over your recipe and you're like, oh, I forgot the onion powder or whatever. It's like, this is what you're missing. Pay attention. You're not paying attention to this, and it's time to pay attention to it. So what's happening here is that this is victory. This is a soul that your spirit wants you to know. You've been in a place of victory before. You've been through hard things before. Maybe not this exact situation. Maybe this is new to your soul. Maybe new revelations are going to come to you that have never come to you before through this situation. But you've been through difficult situations before. You are made of stronger stuff than you think. You can get through this. Just know, pay attention to where you've you felt victorious in your past. Pay attention to every little victory that comes along your way. Like if you feel barraged by all this intense change, maybe you've lost a loved one, someone you never thought you would lose, and you can't get up in the morning. Just know that even just getting up, making a cup of coffee and getting back in bed, like snuggling under the blankets, with your tea or your coffee, maybe that's your victory for the day. Maybe that's your victory for the morning or for the week, maybe. Just pay attention to your victories. Maybe you're going through something really hard and a difficult personality comes at you at work, and you don't lose your temper, and you speak your mind calmly, and then that's it. And you're like, your things may still be falling apart for you, in your own perception. But that's a victory. Every little victory, hold on to that, okay? Even just a breath. Oh, the angels are totally in my head now. Every breath you take is a victory. It is a victory. Revel in it. Even right now, as you're listening to the reading, you notice your breath. Notice that every breath you take, how it fills your lungs and, comes out again. The beautiful cycle of breath. Just notice that that's a victory. I'm breathing, and that puts me ahead of the game. That puts me ahead of the curve. I'm here, and I'm doing it. I'm breathing. That's a victory for me right now. There's another victory. There's another one. So all day, notice your victories. Ooh, Knight of Swords. Wow. So we got some nice energy here. Some interesting, powerful messages. The Knight of Swords. So this card is usually hopes, fears, expectations, this position, but I always use this for an angel message. So what are the angels? Oh, yeah. They're telling me, here's their message. They're telling me, beloved, you have been through some crazy things, some ups and downs and heartbreaking situations, things you never thought in a million years would happen to you. Things maybe you thought you're so afraid of it happening to you. You put up a wall between that thought and you because you're so afraid. I never want to fall into that situation. I never want that to happen to me. And maybe it happened. And so the angels are like, beloved, I know. We know how hard it's been for you. We know what's going on. We're right there with you. We feel it. But don't let these fears that you have experienced, these past fears, these fears based on a totally incorrect perception of the world. You're moving beyond that perception. You're moving beyond that. Just let it all go. Let those fears go. Don't let them stop you. And if you can't let them go, just sit with them. Just sit with them and say, well, you can sit next to me here, but I'm going forward anyway. This guy is moving forward. He was giving his marching orders. The knight answers to a higher authority, but he is the one who is masterful. He knows his craft, and he's ready to take action. And the Knight of Swords is the most active one of all the knights. He's running. Look at the clouds. They are just whipping by. There's so much change happening for you, and the angels want you to know, just keep going. Keep going. Don't let that fear from the past, don't let your mind stop you. Just know that you have been given permission to move through this as quickly as you possibly can. You have been given permission to say to your fears, thank you, but I'm not listening to you anymore. You have been given permission to say to yourself, I'm stronger than this. And no matter what happens, I'm going to get through it. Yeah. Wow. So that was a little rush of angelic energy. Ooh, Queen of Wands. Oh, that's perfect, I think. Integration. So as you, she's up in a bright light up there. You can't really see her. So here's another look. So that the Queen of Wands is the feminine sovereign of the suit of spirit. And the feminine side of the suit of spirit is all about internal integration. Is all about balancing and being comfortable in the fire of your spirit, learning internal integrations. She has integrated her dark and her light. She has been through things and she is ready to shine no matter what situation comes her way, no matter, So a couple of symbols here. Power. She has learned power. She has been strengthened by her experiences. She is creative. She knows how to roll with life and to come up with new solutions to her problems. The sunflower here that is behind her or next to her, that symbolizes confidence. It symbolizes positivity, that no matter what she faces, she is confident, she is cheerful, she can stay positive. She's ready. She's ready to channel creative solutions to her problems. She's ready to tap in to the part of her that is connected to the spirit, to God. She is ready to tap into that and bring forth from her soul, from her spirit, anything she needs to keep going. And more than that black cat, in my view, I think someone else interpreted the card this way, and I'm like, yes, that is, in my view, a symbol of the shadow. It's the symbol of the shadow, the darkness that is inside all of us. As long as we're living here on the earth plane, in this dimension anyways, we are subject to energies that feel low vibration and energies that feel high vibration all day, every day. And there might be parts of ourselves that feel sort of low vibrational. She's not the one to push them aside or pretend they're not there. She integrates them. She has made peace with her whole self. She is whole. Because of that work that she has done, she is sovereign. She is a sovereign being. And so I think the angels want us to know that you will come out of this with much more power than you have before. You are going to develop so much more confidence and a much more positive outlook and a skill set that's going to serve you greatly moving forward. Embrace this. Whatever's happening to you, embrace it. It's for you. It's going to strengthen you. It's happening to make you a stronger, better person. It's happening obviously for your soul's growth. The energies are coming at you, forcing this to happen. You're bringing this about for your soul's growth. This is your destiny moment. Just ask yourself, if this tremendous amount of change were my destiny, how would I act differently? If I absolutely knew this was my destiny, this was my, this was my hero's journey moment, this is it. How would you act differently knowing that you're the hero of your story and this is something you're going to get through? How would you act differently? Because I think a lot of people go through their difficult moments with the defeatist, like maybe I'll never get through this, or I hate this, or it's like when in the Matrix, I think when Neo, I don't know, something happens to Neo, and then he gets up and he does this thing, and it's like, let's do it. I can only fulfill my destiny by going through this tremendous change and this challenge. So let's get one more card from this deck here. Oh, perfect. So I feel like this is totally angelic energy coming in for a final little message for you. Just a little reminder. That's what I grabbed the deck for, was just some, cherry on top of the sundae. So it says here, it's a beautiful bouquet of flowers, and it's okay to have needs and to fulfill them. So your final message is take care of yourself. Yes, you are meant to keep going. Like this Knight of Swords is rushing forward. Yes, you're meant to rush through this. Go forward, take action. You're meant to allow this situation to pass. You're meant to move through it. But while you're moving through it, as you're doing this, make sure you pay attention to your own needs and don't deny them. Don't deny yourself the luxury of loving yourself, of feeling loved despite it all. All right, so that is the reading. I hope that was helpful. If you have any changes that you're going through that you want to share, I'd love to see them in the comments. And if you have any ideas for me that you would like me to tap in to the angels, to my angel team, and get a reading, please leave those in the comments below too. And so my prayer for you and for me and for all of us, for the human collective, is that we weather through this tremendous amount of change with confidence and positivity and strength and grace, and that you never forget your divine worth, no matter how hard things get. Amen, amen, amen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.